Hey Rebels, I am excited to be here today with a dear client, Beth Ann, and she's going to tell us about her rebellious experience. So we'll first start with what brought you here.
Okay, so I have a history of kyphosis. I was diagnosed at probably about age 13 and put into a full body back brace as a teenager called a Milwaukee back brace. So I underwent PT at the time. Wore my back brace for 5 years and then went on with life, actually became a therapist myself. The last part of my clinical work was in outpatient orthopedic setting, and I found that with the amount of work that I was doing during the day, I was feeling more and more stress and pain, neuromuscular, more muscular probably than anything, in my thoracic area of my spine. So when I came out of the clinic, I realized the first thing I wanted to do was work on myself, my posture. I'm approaching 60, so I wanted to really spend some time working on that. So I hadn't tried Pilates, I had tried a lot of yoga, and I liked the fact that you do one-on-one. Found you through a friend, and I thought, well, let me go try. So came over, did the 1 hour consultation, and thought, I'd give it a whirl. And this is probably a year, 18 months later, and I'm still one-on-one and thoroughly enjoying and seeing results from what I'm doing. Yes.
Yes, talk about the results. What are the results that you're seeing?
Well, I think initially I felt like when I looked at my side view in the mirror, I could tell my thoracic spine that I was coming more forward, and I actually noticed my ribs on the left side protruding slightly. Enough so that I went to the doctor and she agreed. And she did an x-ray and said there's really nothing there. And that's when I realized that I'm just having a shift where my ribs articulate with my vertebra, probably starting posteriorly, but affecting me now and sort of rotating me, torquing me on the anterior aspect as well. And I knew this was something that if I didn't approach and start working on, it was not going to get better. If anything, it was going to get worse and more pronounced. So I definitely see a difference in my ability to pull myself into proper posture, to elongate my spine, especially thoracically, to tuck under my my sacroiliac without necessarily using my glutes, but having stretched now my hip flexors. I see the difference in being able to engage my lower abs.
That was a big thing from the beginning, right? It took us a second to find those lower abs.
Took me a long time. I also had a C-section. I had twins and then a C-section.
So that makes a difference.
So I didn't have a whole lot of strength, even though I knew I needed to be working on that. I didn't have a whole lot of strength. And as you know, had difficulty finding those muscles to activate. And you've helped me tremendously in stretching psoas, hip flexors, and then strengthening and finding lower
the right muscles. So how has been your experience, your rebellious journey, like us working together? And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, we have a lot of fun and laughter.
Yes.
What is your experience
Yes,
like?
as have I. And I've given your name to so many people because I feel like you're invested. And as a therapist, I appreciate that in other people that you're working with. I don't feel like it's like 3 sets of 15, go do your exercises. I feel like you're really invested in trying to figure out and shift, and even little small shifts that make a difference for the clients that you're working with. I think that you follow up really nicely. You're on top of things with scheduling, and just makes it so easy as the client coming in to work with you. And fun.
I love it. Yes, and fun.
Yes,
That's a big part of it, like the laughter and the finding those muscles, making it exciting to find them, because sometimes it can be frustrating.
And I will say too that when I work with you, I feel it the next few days, but I don't feel like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And I've worked with trainers in the past where I feel like they throw you into some stuff and it's not as well thought out and not as isolated and careful as what the Pilates machines and your expertise allow your treatments to be. And you wake up the next day and thought, I don't think I want to go back and do that again. And just the fact that I've been here for 18 months speaks loudly, because I haven't done that with anything ever before.
Yay!
So,
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yes, and Beth is a great client, so that's another piece. You have to show up, right? Just because you sign up,
Right.
if you don't show up and do the work,
you gotta do the work.
And she doesn't love all the exercises, right?
You gotta do the work.
But she shows up and she does it mostly with a smile.
Sometimes with a not so nice word towards you, but yes.
But the results, I am super impressed by her results. just the posture. We were just talking before we started to record this of how differently she's standing now. And it just makes me so happy and excited.
Honestly, even my ability to just sit like this, unsupported, and have conversation with you, like I'm definitely working to sit like this, but I'm comfortable doing it. And I think before we started, I would have really been having to look some stabs in my thoracic spine, my shoulder blades, muscles that were kind of overworking. But I feel like as we've stretched and elongated, combined with the strengthening of the core, I can get into positions and hold them now that I couldn't before. So
yes,
thank you for that.
Good job. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.